This is the story of what we changed to make this album different than the other Sugarland records. We had written a couple of songs very quickly and booked a second session to write again. I was in Los Angeles days before we were to go to our second session, and Jennifer suggested that we record instead. So immediately, we all went to Brooklyn. We met there, and we started recording the two songs we'd written. Still the same, and on a roll.
Apples on the drums now?
Yeah, we put.
I just deadened them up a little
It
bit.
sounds better.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Nice.
We knew pretty quickly that the songs that we were recording needed to be special, and the recordings needed to be special. They needed to be just a little bit different than maybe what we had done before. And the more we thought about it, the more we kind of understood that it needed to be bigger. Julian, our co-producer, suggested maybe considering strings. So Brandon, my brother, wrote string parts for the back of Still the Same. We rushed to Nashville and put the strings on. And we realized, I think, at that moment that the songs on this album, they just had something different in the air of them. And there was something about real instruments, real violins, real cellos that were starting to make a difference. So we said, Brandon, if you hear it, let's arrange it. Problem is, we only had maybe one day to catch these recordings. So Brandon worked really, really hard, and he came in with charts. We had just rehearsed to go to Europe and start the tour. And he had these work tapes from my hotel room that he would then transform into these incredible, epic arrangements. It really feels a little bit like magic what happens when you put a real string quartet or a real orchestra on your music. It's something that a computer can't do. We realized it was really lending itself to particular songs over others, and the song Tuesday's Broken is a very, very delicate vocal performance and guitar. And we knew when we had recorded it in the studio, and only really one pass, that it was perfect for a string arrangement. And Brandon's arrangement almost feels like a Baroque string quartet, maybe even something the Beatles would have put on Eleanor Rigby. We were moving so fast, and it was all kind of happening in Brandon's brain. He could see it. He could see where we were going. But mostly, we were just running. That night I packed my bags. We flew to Ireland, landed in Dublin with our band and crew. Got to the venue, set up, and for the first time in 6 years, we were going to walk on stage in front of people. 24 hours before, we were laying down string parts. It was moving so fast, and from interviews to stage, we did it. I'm not sure how, but we did it.